what is that on her bag? Did she spill her lunch and miss the fact that she'd spilt her lunch down her and it's still on her bag and nobody told her, and she's walked around the city carrying the lunch that she paid for and it's still on the bag? That's the look that I would be achieving. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, let's take a look at 10 of the most ridiculous luxury items that are available for the crack. This will be a bit of fun because when I was researching this video, I was a bit shocked at some of the items we're going to talk about. And number one is the Prada money clip paperclip. The money holder paperclip. This is a big paperclip from Prada and it will cost you £125. If we're going to be spending £125 on giant paperclips, we're not going to have any money to put in said money holder because it's a giant paperclip. And it's £125. Obviously, this is made for the really wealthy who still walk about with wads of cash. Because, not that I have many wads of cash, because I tend to spend it all, but most of my money that I'm not spending is in the bank. It's not that often that I'm walking around with a wad of cash. So there's going to be a very limited amount of people that need a £125 Prada paperclip money holder. And it makes me giggle. Number two, Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton give a lot when it comes to this category. There's a lot when you start looking on the Louis Vuitton website that is a bit ridiculous. And I think it's because Louis Vuitton has such a cult following and there are so many celebrities and very, very wealthy people that outwardly love Louis Vuitton. And we would all know Louis Vuitton as being one of the brands that are more logoed than others and more obviously Louis Vuitton. And you will know as well as I do that there's a lot of celebrities that love that look, or people with an awful lot of money. And a lot of the things that are on the Louis Vuitton website, I think, that fall into this category are for people that have so much money that if you're going to buy one of these, you just buy a Louis Vuitton version. And some of them are some of them are funny. Some of them I'm jealous of, and I would love to have multi-millionaires or billionaires in my bank to be able to buy these and have these sitting in my home. But starting with number one, and it's the dog range. Now I have 4 dogs. And my dogs are my children, and I am in the process of researching a tattoo that I want to get on the inside of my arm of my dogs because 2 of my dogs are getting older. One of my dogs has just went through major surgery. He had tumours, he had cancer, I was a mess, and I want to do that. But as much as I want to brand my body with him, I'm still not buying a Louis Vuitton trunk that is effectively 2 dog bowls. And I would need to buy 2 because I've got 4 dogs. But this trunk, I actually can't even find the price of it. This trunk, and I will try to find it and put it on the screen, it's effectively a dog bone of a Louis Vuitton trunk, and you open it up and it's 2 water bowls. No. But if I was a billionaire, yeah, probably. And I probably would have 4 of them. But things like that just made me giggle. And of course at the other end of the scheme, because that's going to be a huge amount of money because it's still a trunk. But if you want to spend £100 and £200 on your dog lead, you can buy a Louis Vuitton one. If you want to spend £200-300 on your dog's collar, you can buy Louis Vuitton ones. I'm probably crazy enough that I would maybe do that, but I think my husband would physically pack my bags and put them outside the door and send me with them because he would just think that was absolutely insane. And sticking with Louis Vuitton at number 3, and this I had to Google, I had to not Google, I had to, when I looked at this, go into actually what it was and look at the photos and read the description to realise what this was and how it worked. And it's the Louis Vuitton frame system. Let me bring this up so as I can properly mock this as we talk. And I love Louis Vuitton. Before anybody starts and thinks that I am anti-Louis Vuitton, no, one of my absolute favourite brands. But you can spend £630, so like $800 plus tax, and you can buy this frame system. And what it is 4 leather tabs. So the leather tab that comes on the edge of a bag, let me grab one. So effectively like 4 of these sort of ideas. Only they're a leather tab. And to said leather tab, there's strings attached. And you can use this as a frame system for your silk scarves. Now, I can see the thinking behind it, and it's designed for silk scarves. And you use the leather tab to clip on the edge of the scarf, and then the hairband, what looks like an elastic hair tie, stretches out from that, and there's a little pin or whatever that goes on your wall, and that allows you to stretch out the scarf and put it on your wall as decor. So the thinking behind that makes sense, but when you look at what shows you in the box, it's the 4 wee leather tags and the hair ties and the little clips, and it's £630, and it made me giggle, and it's such a huge amount of money for this. And although I do appreciate if you're very wealthy and you have a collection of these scarves and you want to display them, that this is a very good way to do it. Like, I'm sitting here mocking this as the person who has a Louis Vuitton jigsaw that's about to go to the framer to go on the wall, and who has Louis Vuitton bags out there as decor. So, like, I get the hypocrisy of me saying this to you, but that frame system just really, really gave me a laugh. Giving Louis Vuitton a break, but I'm coming back to them. But next, what are we on? Number 4 is the Fendi bread baguette bag. Now, Connor has this, and I get it is cool. It's cool, and it's a talking point, and it's unique, and it's interesting, but it's also a bit ridiculous. And Connor will be the first to roast bags. I have a Loewe squeeze bag over there, and I'm not going to say on camera the messages that he sends me when he sees that bag as to what it is, but it ends in a zzz, and and what he says about the beads. So Connor's the first to roast bags, and this, it is cool, but it's a fabric baguette, as in the French breadstick baguette, and that's what it looks like. And it's, I'm sure whenever he bought it, the sales assistant was, really? Okay, yep, let's do this. But it's a little bit ridiculous. It's a bread baguette, but it is cool and it's funky. But it also makes me smile. Number 5, let's go to Moschino now. Moschino. The Moschino, let me get this right, celery shapes faux leather clutch bag at £3,363. Let's bring this up. This is just too good. It's too good. Who is buying this? If you have one of these, please come into the comment box and tell me why, or tell me where you use it. Look, who is buying this? It is a faux leather. So we're at £3,360, and in the title it says faux leather celery shaped clutch bag. It's like a stick of celery, and that's your clutch bag. I am so not cool enough to pull that off. I am not edgy enough to pull that off. There is just nothing about my style that's going to make that work. Oh, look, I found how it works. It opens there, and then the celery's at the end of it. Who? Please, if you are, let me know why and where you're using this. 3,000, this one's 3,730. The one I had looked at was £3,363. Okay, let's go back to Louis Vuitton. The toolbox, the Louis Vuitton toolbox. Now, it's pretty. Yeah, I can see it sitting in my house with things in it. But as a toolbox, £1,330. I am guessing. No, don't say that, Amelia. Don't say that. But no, do say it. I am guessing that most workmen that are going out to work with their toolboxes are not bringing the Louis Vuitton toolbox with them. So I'm guessing this is definitely more decor. But it's £1,330 for the Louis Vuitton toolbox. I wish that I had the sort of money that allowed me to buy these, because I can tell you I'd be one of those people. If I was a multi-millionaire or a billionaire, I'd have these things everywhere. There'd be a Louis Vuitton toolbox, and there'd be a Louis Vuitton frame system. There wouldn't be a celery bag. No, there wouldn't be a celery bag. But there would be a lot of the unique and funny pieces. Not funny, unique and different pieces from Louis Vuitton around my house if money was no object, because some of them are cool. But when you look at the price as a non-millionaire, Number 6 is Balenciaga, and there's 2 from Balenciaga, and I'm sure there could be more. But this one is the Antwerp medium tote. It looks like a shopping bag, and it's £2,490, and it just looks like a shopping bag. And I know that we went through the whole garbage bag with the Chanel 22 and all of that, but this actually looks like, at least that one looked like leather. This looks like a shopping bag. And it's £2.5 grand, £2,490 sterling. What's that? Over $3,000. Wow. Next one from Balenciaga, still wow by the way, is the Balenciaga 9am clutch. It's a large coffee cup and it says Balenciaga on it. Firstly, not everybody wants to be walking around carrying the Balenciaga logo at the minute. And even if you really love the look of this, and I do giggle at how they called it the 9am clutch because we all need the coffee and the caffeine in the morning, so I get that. But it's a coffee cup. If you really love the look of this, go and buy an expensive coffee and carry that about. And I suppose if you're a fashion influencer, this is going to be a conversation piece. And if you're styling an outfit, it's going to be cool to carry the coffee cup. But it's £4,350. Wow. That is a huge amount of money. Like, buy the Louis Vuitton actual coffee cup. Let's Google that. Buy the Louis cup. This is £620. And that is an actual ceramic coffee cup. And it has the Louis Vuitton monogram around it. And you can actually put your coffee in it. So you're going to get the look. Like this lady is getting the look. And you're going to be able to carry your coffee. And it's £620. You're saving over £3.5 grand. And whenever we first saw these, we thought that £620 was a lot of money for the coffee cup, but now it seems like a bargain whenever you can get the bag from Balenciaga for £4,350. And if you didn't put your coffee in it, you could put your card in there and your lip gloss, surely, maybe not your phone. But we are now down to debating whether or not we spend £620 on a coffee cup or £4,350. Welcome to the escapism that is Amelia Rose's closet. I've had so much fun researching this video. I have had such a laugh to myself. We're going to do one more from Louis Vuitton. I could keep going with Louis Vuitton, but we'd be here all day. So we'll do one more from Louis Vuitton. And I kind of included this one because it's funny, but I'm mocking myself because I'd love this. And if I had a lot of money, I would absolutely have this on my coffee table in my living room. But I can't spend £1,960 on it. I just can't. And it's the Louis Vuitton Jenga. But it's cool. It's in lots of different colours. Imagine that tarred up on the coffee table or on the sideboard sitting made with a few little pieces just set around it. My kids would have an absolute field day. They would think it was actual Jenga and they'd be playing it and pulling it and mummy would be shouting. But imagine if it just sat on the sideboard, artistically designed as Jenga. £1,960. I wonder what said husband would think about that. No, we would have to sneak that in and tell him it was fake. Because he is never getting on board with me spending £2,000 on Louis Vuitton Jenga, but I think that would be an art piece and I could make a sculpture out of that. I'd have to put a wee case around it to make sure the boys went nowhere near it, a bit like he does with his Home Alone Lego at Christmas time. I'd have to do that. But I do think that the colours on this make it pretty fab. And the last one on my list, although if you've enjoyed this video, please tell me in the comment box because I've had a real crack to myself making it. And if this has been fun for you, I will gladly research another one of these and do the even more ridiculous items or the further ridiculous luxury items because this has really made me giggle. And the next one is from Loewe and I recently became a subscriber to the Loewe club. I have the Loewe squeeze bag in the new colour whose name I forget, but it's like a pinky purpley poop colour, a bit like this one here, and I love it and I love it and I love it. And when I was in Loewe, if you watched the Paris vlog, you will have seen that I got quite distracted by the Loewe bag charms and I would have quite liked to buy one, only said husband was there and would think it was at £550. He would have thought it was a bit ridiculous. But I really liked the little animals and they were cute. There was an elephant and there was a panda, I think, and they were hanging and I could imagine that that would look pretty cool hanging from my bag. But the one that I don't think that I'm cool enough to pull off hanging from my bag and I don't think would achieve the desired look is the Loewe asparagus charm. The asparagus charm. I just don't think that the asparagus charm is going to do the same as what the animals was. Now, it's funny that I can get on board with spending £550 on an animal one, but not on the asparagus one. But the asparagus one just looks funny. I'm guessing if you're again very cool, very edgy, you could pull this off. You could make it really look as a vibe. I'm just going to look like, what is that on her bag? Did she spill her lunch and miss the fact that she'd spilt her lunch down her and it's still on her bag and nobody told her and she's walked around the city carrying the lunch that she paid for and it's still on the bag? That's the look that I would be achieving even if I was going for the very trendy look, yeah, it's not going to work for me. It's not, and thankfully at £550, but I do like those little animal ones, but no, not the asparagus and not the celery. No, neither of those. So this has been loads of fun. If you've enjoyed this, please tell me, because I'd have the best crack doing this again, and we could have more laughs at more things. And obviously if these are things that you love and you buy, I love that for you. I buy things people don't love and enjoy, but if you do buy these, please come and tell me in the comments box what you're using them for. If it's the Louis Vuitton stuff, I get that it's maybe just, if I had loads of money, I would buy them. But if it's things like the asparagus charm or the Moschino bag, tell me in the comment box what you're using them for. And if I have offended you in any way, please, this is just my opinion. This is just for some light relief in the world today. And I don't mean any harm, but they did make me giggle. Thank you so much for watching this. If you have enjoyed it in any way, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing. And if you're not done with me yet and would maybe like some more sane content after this one, I'm going to leave another video for you on the screen to enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.